Welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Dave, where here I am at RSW Airport. Just hopped down to Florida for the weekend, and I'm about to fly back to White Plains, New York. About a month ago, when I was up in Maine with Katie, I actually filmed a I wish video. I wish my Lucid did this. I wish my Lucid did that. And so what I thought I would do is go back to that little archive and publish all of those I wishes. I've subsequently decided to sell the Lucid. There's lots of little things here and there, but it's a great car. It's just ultimately my decision to sell it really came down to charging infrastructure. A lot of people don't understand that because all they do is they charge their cars at home. But in my case, I really road trip a lot. And I'm just so frustrated with the anxiety that I have. I mean, today I rented a Polestar. Yesterday we rented a Polestar. I pulled into the Naples EA station, and 2 out of the 4 stations are down. And there's only 4 stations in all of Southwest Florida that are CCS. So I'm just tired of it. I really bought that car to have the ultimate road tripper, and it's got the longest range, it's got the fastest charging, but the infrastructure is terrible. And on top of that, there's no strategic direction from Lucid right now as far as what they're doing with respect to NACS and the support for Tesla Supercharger. So I threw in the towel in the car. Will I go back to it? Sure, I think so. I've got my eye potentially on the SUV version of it. Maybe when that comes out, I'll look at it. But I sort of want to take a step away from the CCS infrastructure. So let's get into this video today where I take you through all my little, some of them are niggles, but my wish list for Lucid. And again, keep in mind, great car. If your use case is to just drive it locally on a tether, 450-mile range, obviously EPA rated range on my Grand Touring was 516, but it's great for that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video here, looking back on some of my wish lists for the Lucid. I wish that the wireless charging worked. I mean, I put my phone in there. I got an iPhone 14 Pro Max, whatever. And, it doesn't charge my phone unless it's in a certain exact spot. It's really not well designed. I do have a small case on my phone, clear case. And the other sort of part about this, I wish that the USB-C and the USB-A ports were in a little different spot. And when you're trying to plug one in, you gotta like lean forward, and it's hard to put them in. And there's a couple of scratches there that I think either I or the previous owner made. Maybe it's not so bad, but they're just hard to plug in right there. Once you get them in, it's fine. That may be nitpicky, but this wireless charging in the phone is just not, it doesn't work. And with my case on the phone, I got to jam it in there, and it's hard to reach. So I wish they had redesigned this little center console area a little bit better. All right, here's another I wish Lucid did this. So listen, I like CarPlay, and it works well. This is Waze right over here. And, it works great, but it doesn't fill up the whole screen. I wish that it would fill up the whole screen. But one of the other things that I wish that I could actually show the navigation of the car down here on the lower screen while I keep Waze up here on the upper screen. And the problem is that if I go over to navigation in this car, and I'm just hitting it for the first time this morning, it's coming up. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on. All right. I mean, that should be a little bit snappier in my opinion, but that isn't even my wish. I mean, if it takes a little bit of time for it to come up, so be it. But now what I have is I have my screen up here from the Lucid navigation system, and I also have it down here, which is nice. I like over here I can use direction up, and over here I can use north up. And this screen is actually very nice down below. But the problem is that if I want to see the Waze screen, then I have to go over to Apple CarPlay, and I get Apple CarPlay here. But guess what? Down there, it goes back to the normal screen where I can see things like, you know, options and air conditioning and all that. But if I want to keep, let's just say, one screen over here, Waze up here, and the navigation screen down there, you can't do it. I wish you could. Give me Waze up here and give me the Lucid nav down here so I have two maps. You give me two maps with the Lucid maps down here. I don't know why it doesn't do that. All right, so continuing on the I Wish Lucid Had series, check this out. The car is now in Kyle's name. So what I want to do is I want to move it over to my name so that it has my settings, my seat, everything that's associated with me. Now, watch how long this takes. All right. Hello, David Connor. All right, my seat hasn't moved yet. Nothing has changed. I'm waiting. Okay. Oh, now my seat adjustment is in progress, and my mirror is adjusted. Okay. I mean, I don't know why that's not instantaneous. I just don't understand that. That should be a lot faster. Let's just see that again. If I want to go over to Kyle's setting, let's time it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 seconds, now the seat's moving. 15 seconds for it to even send a signal to move. I wish it were faster. All right, here's another I wish. I wish Lucid, when you're listening to, for example, Spotify, and you can listen to Spotify in the native app right over here, which is fine. But once you let's say you're listening to music, I'm not going to play it here because obviously I'm going to get copyrighted. But if I'm playing a song here and then I go back over to navigation, I can't see what the name of the song is that's playing anywhere. Now, maybe there's a screen over here that I'm just not aware of that you can display to show the data, but I can't. I've been trying for a while. I can't see what song it is unless I go back over to music and then I see the name of the song. So why not just give me, if I'm on navigation, a little indicator right over here where what the song is. So if I am navigating to a certain place, using the Lucid navigation, it does tell me right over here in this space the directions, which is good. There's no heads-up display in this car, but that's okay because I can see it right over in here. I mean, I'd like it to have heads-up display, but that's more of a, that would be really cool to have rather than I wish it had it. It's not necessary, at least not for me. But I do wish that I could at least see what song is playing without me having to switch from the navigation over to, let's just say, the music station. All right, another I wish Lucid did this or had that. This, you've heard me complain about if you watch my videos. This is just not in a good spot. The glass roof is amazing. You have this strip over here that carries this, got this cool light bar. Now I did modify the car. I put in a dash cam, which I have out of the car right now. But in putting the dash cam wires in, the molding is a little bit, I can't get it to snap back up, but I'm going to have a professional look at that. But I wish that these sun visors, you could put them out of the way, and you really can't. When you try to move them over here, that's fine if the sun is coming from this direction. But if you try to flip it up, it kind of, it hits my head right here because I'm a tall guy, and I can't leave it there. So one of the other things that I've tried to do is to kind of flip it. I mean, you just really can't do anything with it. And what's a shame about this is that in the Tesla Model X, the way they design the sun visors is they just kind of go away, and they've got a little magnet over there. This, even if you were to put this over here, you still have this nasty like hockey puck thing over here that gets in the way of this beautiful glass. And it's like they went to all this trouble to design this beautiful glass roof, and they kind of ruin it with these sun visors. Now, I don't know, comment below if you think I'm nuts, but they get in my way. And what I tend to do is I tend to put it like that, so that when I'm driving down the road, then it's close to my head. So I tend to leave it up there like that. And that just covers up a lot of the beauty of this glass roof. Again, I mean, this is not, this is definitely a first world problem, but I don't know. I just think that there could have been a better, elegant design, a little bit more elegant design. Now, granted, this is a small thing. It doesn't affect the drivability. And I'll just go get some crazy glue, I guess, to put this back down. But I wish I didn't have to do that, right? I mean, it's like, the old one wrong number in a spreadsheet. If they can't get a piece like this correct, what's going on inside the car that maybe you don't realize? That just really, this kind of hurt me. Like, just popping up like that. Okay, another thing I wish this Lucid would do is I'm navigating right now down to Booth Bay Harbor, and we're in a little bit of traffic here, so I'm just basically, the navigation tells you what your next move is over here, which is great. And you have your direction up, and then you have your north up map down there, which is great. But it also tells you over here the same information that's over there. But it doesn't tell you what song is on the radio over here. And maybe I need to read the manual. Maybe I do. But I can't seem to figure out how to get the name of the song to show over here while I've got the destination, the navigation over there. And even if it is capable of doing that, what I would suggest is I wish it were more intuitive for me to understand that. Because I'm pretty good with these cars and these software, but for some reason, it just doesn't make sense to me. Duplicate information there? I don't know. I can't believe that you can't change the information here or there, but I can't seem to figure out how to do it. I'm going to probably have to read the manual. Anyway, I wish it were easier, that's for sure. All right, so I wish that in stop and go traffic like this, I wish the Lucid were a little bit smoother. Now, we're in adaptive cruise right now, and I'm not really doing any highway assist, meaning I'm steering it myself. But what happens is when I come to a stop, the car will come to a stop, boom, and it's not smooth. Then when it starts up, listen to this. It's like click, click, and you have to press through it, and it's a little bit jerky. And I can tell you, even my Model 3, look at this here. Car really went up close next to that Civic because he's over in the right-hand lane. It definitely slowed down, but a little too close for my comfort. I hit the brake there. It's just the refinement of the low speed. I don't know, Kyle, I think, calls it motor cogging. It should be smoother in this car. I mean, I know the engineers have the ability to fine-tune this. Now turn right. Now turn right.
Looks like it's gonna help us bypass.
Yeah, all right. Let's look at that. We're gonna see if this does that.
After a quarter of a mile.
A little bit of traffic up there. Let's see what happens. Anyway, my point is, smooth it out, guys, a little bit over at Lucid, if you can. That'd be nice. So every time I'm on my my cell phone and I'm using the hands-free, so the actual sound from the car, everyone says, "Hey, Dave, can you turn up the volume?" And it sounds like I'm in some sort of Alaskan pipeline. Or people say, "Dave, the sound quality just doesn't sound good when you're on the speakerphone." So I wish that that Lucid could actually, improve the sound quality for the speakerphone. Now, I'm not really sure where the pickups are for the sound. I can't really see where it is, but I don't know, just make a little software adjustment for that. I think that would be really good. I don't have anyone ever complaining when I'm in my Model 3. Everyone says, you sound like you're on your cell phone, not on a speakerphone. That's a simple thing. Let's get that maybe tuned up a little. All right, here's a bonus I wish. I wish the Lucid had dog mode. It does have the ability to keep the climate on, whether you want to keep it on warm or cool, for up to 45 minutes, which is great. But there's no sign or mention in the car on the screen that your dog is doing okay. And I worry about that a little bit. Now, I've got the side shades up and the rear shade up and the AC on. It's 68 degrees in there. Billy's asleep. She's been running all over the place. We had her walking around kind of Bunkport today, and she's been at a couple of different dog parks. But yeah, I mean, I think that I wish the Lucid had dog mode. How hard would it be to just put a message up on the screen and say, hey, my dog's fine. The temperature in here is 68 or 72 degrees. Listen, if you at Lucid are concerned about the lawyers, tell us that you're not doing it. And what is your fear about that? But if you're not concerned about the lawyers, how hard would it be to take a screen and just say, my pet is okay, my owner is away, or my driver, as Tesla says, is away, and I'm fine. I do monitor the app even when it's on, especially with the Lucid, because it doesn't send me an intrusive alert when if it were to shut off. So I do monitor it quite often, but I have the ability to do so. So anyway, give us dog mode, Lucid. That'd be so cool. Oh, and by the way, can you support Tesla charging at 250, 280, not 45 kilowatts? Just figure it out. You guys are super smart. All right, so just to kind of end this video about I wish a lot of things. Some people might think that I am too nitpicky. Perhaps I am, but I don't think I am. This car is made to road trip, and it just does not charge properly, not because of the car, but because of the network. And that's a big deal for me. I don't know if it's a big deal for you or not, but it is a big deal for me. A lot of the other things, I think that the good news here for Lucid is that a lot of these little software things can be fixed and should be fixed. But the fact that this car has been out for as long as it's been out for, and it's still not necessarily, coming up to speed. For example, Dream Drive Pro is a $10,000 option. And the car still does not do lane centering. Lane changing. It does lane centering and adaptive cruise, but it's not good. I mean, you don't have to spend $10,000 for Tesla Model 3, for a $38,000 Tesla Model 3, and it will do the exact same thing that this car will do in terms of lane centering and adaptive cruise. And you don't have to spend $10,000. You don't even have to spend $6,000 for enhanced autopilot. It just comes with the car. So I know eventually Lucid says Dream Drive Pro will do lane changes, it will do FSD, it will do all these things, but it doesn't do it now. And so I'm getting a little tired of things that are on the come. I mean, how long did we all wait for CarPlay? And then the integration of CarPlay, what my daughter Katie was talking about is that doesn't look very good. I mean, it just doesn't even fill the screen. Why wouldn't they do that? Right? Why wouldn't they make it fill the screen? Simple question. We put a man on the moon in 1969, and I know that the engineers at Lucid are working on a lot of things, and I appreciate that. But some of these basic things that I've brought up in this video that I wish Lucid had, it really, really is something for all of you to think about. It's definitely things I'm thinking about. So anyway, thanks again for watching another episode of Out of Spec Dave, and we'll catch you in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.